Welcome to Capital Toastmasters, the Dubai podcast, where we explore the world of communication, leadership, and personal development. Today, we are diving into the fascinating realm of Toastmasters International, a global organization dedicated to helping individuals improve their public speaking and leadership skills. Do you know what Toastmasters is? Let me explain you. Founded in 1924, Toastmasters International has since ever grown into a thriving community of over 270,000 members in more than 14,000 clubs across 145 countries. Whether you are a seasoned professional looking to enhance your leadership abilities or someone seeking to conquer the fear of public speaking, Toastmasters offers a supportive environment where you can develop confidence, hone your communication skills, and unlock your full potential. In today's episode, we will be exploring the transformative power of Toastmasters with our special guests who bring Toastmasters experience to enlighten us. Together, we will uncover the secrets of effective communication, share personal anecdotes, and delve into the invaluable lessons learned on the Toastmasters journey. So, sit back, relax, and join us as we embark on this enlightening conversation about Toastmasters and its profound impact on individuals and communities around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmaster Christoph. Let's have a chat with him. He's the president of Capital Toastmasters Club. Welcome, Chris.
Welcome, Jaswin. Thank you very much for having me tonight.
Right. How have you been?
Very well.
Eid holidays coming up. Any plans?
No plans so far, but I'm sure plans will come along the way.
So, Toastmaster Chris, you've been a Toastmaster for how long now?
It's been 4 years in Dubai, and before that I was a Toastmasters in Chile for around a year, and then for half a year in Singapore as well. I was a Toastmasters for
Toastmasters in Chile and Singapore.
Correct.
Oh, lovely. So, not Dubai was not your first Toastmasters club.
That's correct.
Right. So you bring yourself with a lot of experience as a seasoned Toastmaster.
More or less, it was rather short stints. In Chile, it was around a year. I learned the basics of Toastmasters, the roles. Then in Singapore, it was very short. I didn't have a lot of time to work, unfortunately. And then when I moved to Dubai in January 2020, I decided to fully commit to the fraternity and take up roles sequentially.
Okay. So what brought you to Toastmasters? Or even when you were in Singapore or Chile, what made you to go into Toastmasters?
A great question. So originally a friend, my ex-girlfriend, asked me to join. She was from the US.
Okay.
And she said, in the US, we're practicing the public speaking in a structured manner. And I think you could be someone interested in that. I had no particular Googlings made, any research done. I just joined her to the meeting. It was in Spanish at that time, and for me that was exciting, so I could practice my Spanish in a semi-formal or even formal setting.
Okay.
And that made it actually worthwhile to spend more time, and I like the atmosphere, I like the openness, and also the flexibility of taking different roles, learn about yourself, but also giving something back, sharing knowledge. So I decided to sign up as a member.
Okay. And you've been president of Capital Club for, I think, around 1.5 years?
Around a year, correct. The year will complete.
What made you take up that role? I mean, president is the CEO of the club who runs the club along with a team of the executive committee members. So share with us your experience.
Right. So I joined Toastmasters in Dubai in 2020, and then I immediately took up a vice president of membership role because there was a need, and I was approached by that time President Toastmaster Ahmed, and I felt I thrived in the role. I had a lot of good interactions with new members, with guests, to convert them into members and to see them grow over time. Then afterwards, I took up the role of the Vice President of Public Relations,
Wow.
which was also very exciting because I wanted to learn more about public relation topics. Right. I had not been very active on social media, and I had to now manage with a budget and with campaigns the social presence of the club in different channels and different platforms. So that was very exciting for me. I learned a lot. So then after I approached the previous president, and also the co-founders of the club if I would be considered to become the club president, because I felt that with my professional background, but also with the knowledge I had gained over the years in Toastmasters, in Capital Toastmasters, I could deliver the targets that the club every year has, which is to achieve 10 DCP points and so forth.
Okay. So you went and asked for a position.
That's correct.
Right. And you also mentioned that this has also helped you in your professional stint.
That's correct.
How have you carried the leadership qualities or the learnings from Toastmasters into your professional arena?
Yeah. So I reflected back and read a bit about the history of Toastmasters, which was founded around 100 years ago. And by the way, it's this year, right, that we have the anniversary, which is great. And the founder, Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, he actually founded Toastmasters because he felt that giving a toast to any audience at a wedding or any other professional setup is a skill that can be learned, that can be analyzed, or let's say broken down into specific elements, to have an opening, to have a body of a speech, and then a closing with a takeaway message. And from there, I felt that I can actually add a lot of value in the club, because I like to analyze, I like to tell stories, and this whole storytelling felt that I could give something back, not only to the club, but then also to the people which work with me.
Right.
So I have a smaller team. I work in an in-house consulting unit of a local company.
Right.
And I felt that I could start sharing these learnings of especially communication, to structure your communication, to have a message to your audience, to any audience. It could be an executive, it could be employees, it could be anyone else, customers, clients, suppliers in your organization. So I felt that I could take the learnings, give them to my team, and also my bosses in the organization, to really deliver better results in the end of the day.
Okay. I was speaking to our ex-president, Toastmaster Kim. I'm sure we've worked together and we've been in Toastmasters together since many years. And I asked her the same question, and the same question I'm going to pose to you. We pay in Toastmasters to learn leadership and to practice leadership.
Correct.
And people ask me many times, you don't get paid back to take on the extra work. What keeps you going? So, Chris, what keeps you going?
You're absolutely right. So there is no tangible return for your investment. You pay an amount every 6 months. You get access to a lot of resources, to a network. So the benefits that you have is what you define by yourself. So you can say, for example, I want to network better. I have a small business, for example. I want to close on business deals. I want to get the industry better. And in your Toastmasters club, maybe there is someone in your industry, which is a club of 25 members. So there is quite a high chance that we have someone in the club who can relate to the topics you're talking about at work. So there is a chance for you to network, and then maybe in the future also complete a deal. But this is not the main purpose. This could be one, to network and to broaden your, let's say, reach in a local industry, let's say. But also it's about the speaking itself. It helps you, as I mentioned earlier, to structure any content or your message, to bring it across more effectively, which helps you in any situation to deliver something very impactful, something powerful, and give everybody who's listening to your message to go home, to change their lives for the better. But also beyond the networking part and also beyond the speaking part, I do believe that it's a great experience as well. I would say that most of the older members, or the members who have been in the club for the last years, have also become my friends. It's been really a great pleasure to have social events with them, to have iftar or picnics. We went to bowling recently. We meet over coffee, be it over mentoring or just to catch up. So it's been a really great opportunity for me to have quality time, to spend good time, to listen to others' perspective. Our club is very diverse by nature. So you get a lot of different viewpoints. You have a lot of age groups represented in the club, a lot of industries, a lot of religions as well. So there's always something you can learn. And if you combine it with the social aspect, that has been invaluable for me. And it's every time the combination of these few factors as benefits have been very rewarding for me.
Okay. What message would you give to different presidents who are actually listening right now? how can clubs maintain the diversity of its members? Because our club is one of a kind with, I think, in around 25 members at one time, I remember, in 25 members, we had around 10 plus nationalities and around 15 plus languages being spoken within the group. So, how can a president focus on maintaining the diversity within the club?
Yeah. So I think this is a great question, and I'm happy to share a bit what I've seen,
Yeah.
observed over the past months and years. I think the first thing when you start your president role is that you have a plan. Because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And the plan is the club success plan. So you start with that, you call in your team, and you discuss what are the priorities that you want to set for the next 12 months
Right.
when you start your period on the 1st of July. I think that is something that not every club gets right, and a lot of clubs struggle later to reach their goals because they haven't defined how they're actually going to reach their goals. Secondly, is I think you have to empower and coach your ExCom. The executive committee is a core part of the success of a club, because once the ExCom functions and is in place to drive topics on their own, let's say treasurer, VP PR, VP membership, become confident in their roles. Because you have to imagine that everybody's new to the role at the 1st of July and nobody really knows what they're supposed to do. They have an idea, but what actually needs to be done is then discussed mostly with the president. So the president is also like a coach to help people discover what they're actually supposed to do and how this will actually look like. Because some people have other commitments outside, they can't make that much time. Some people are very committed, come to every meeting and really drive. So you have to find out as a president who is a driver in the ExCom, who is rather less active because of outside conditions, circumstances. So that is something that is very crucial. And thirdly, you have to communicate. So after a plan and after you have put in your ExCom, you have to communicate with the members continuously what is going on. You have to make it, of course, attractive in the club to have education sessions, but this is also part of the vice president of educations and to vice president of VPPR to have campaigns and to make the club heard and seen. But you have to communicate with the members that what we are doing as ExCom is for you in the end and is for everyone. So if I take up a role, I want to contribute more. It's not because I want to be seen more on the club, but I truly believe that I can develop myself into something higher. I can give something back, and I'm happy to take other people along the journey. I think this communication to members to make the experience unique and to really give something more after every meeting makes it worthwhile for members also to come. And then the diversity, to come back to your question, should naturally come because people see that it's a non-threatening environment. It's a very inclusive environment. It's a very, let's say 15, 20, 25 people, almost familiar environment where you have a lot of people who can come a weekend or let's say a meeting, then the next meeting they can't, then they come again. So it's very open for everyone to come. So it's not based on attendance. We don't track attendance, for example, which then makes it more flexible for everyone to choose when they can invest time, when they can drive their own growth, to give speeches, to give evaluations. So everybody without any background should be then in reality attracted to joining.
Super. Very valuable thoughts on that, on diversity. For myself, you be ready with your part and rest of the things you delegate, because as a leader, you cannot do everything on your own.
Correct.
I mean, you have to make people responsible. And I think that's what the entire function of executive committee is based on. You've got these different roles, different leadership roles, and people step in and they take the roles and they start working. How do you think you are taking these learnings from here into your real world? I mean, this is a real world, but this is a different world altogether. So when you step out in your professional life, in your personal life, how has Toastmasters impacted you?
I think Toastmasters, it has been 4+ years, around 5 years. It's been quite a while. And it's every second Tuesday. So it's quite an impact. It's quite some time you dedicated if you just count the hours, organizing a contest. So it's been quite a significant part, especially of my Dubai life. And I think it has had quite a significant input and impact on me because I do have gained a lot of confidence to speak in front of any audience, to help others to see things they're already doing well and things that they can improve. I'm very happy for the skills I've gained, without any specific example, without any specific speech that I say, okay, because of one speech I've seen, I've become who I am, but it's the continuous journey. Every meeting has something where I learn something, something new. Maybe the timer does something different. The speech has a quote, a comment, any little point, something, wow, I've taken something. And in every meeting this has happened over 4 years, which is amazing. And I think the biggest skill that I have gained in Toastmasters is to learn, to understand how to inspire others.
How to inspire
For me, this is the biggest takeaway, to actually see this Toastmasters world, the concept of Toastmasters as a base in my life to not only give back, but to show others the way towards becoming a leader. Because what I'm passionate about is to develop leaders, what I also do at work, in my job. And I want to give them the tools. I want to give them the right mindset. I want to give them, to path them a bit, pave them the way, if possible, with contacts, with opportunities, to actually see them grow. Because that's, for me, this is most rewarding.
Lovely. Lovely. What key message would you have to give our viewers and our listeners? Why should they come and join Toastmasters?
I think Toastmasters is a unique platform. I think Toastmasters, as probably the other people interviewed have already said, is something that you just have to try out. It's even more than that for me. It's something that gives you a non-threatening environment to do anything like a podcast, to organize a social media campaign, to learn how to make a financial budget over the course of 12 months, to have a bank account, to collect payments and do the payments, etc. To have a membership strategy, to look into how can we convert people who are interested actually to full-time members. So there's so many opportunities there where you can actually learn skills that you will need in most of or almost all jobs in your real life, interpersonal skills. So there's a lot of reasons, but especially in Capital Toastmasters, and that's why I also chose this club, is the fun atmosphere, the diverse atmosphere, this belonging, that we are really a family. So that made me choose Capital Toastmasters, and that's why I also recommend to anyone, come to a meeting, visit us as a guest 1-2 times, see if it's the right thing for you, and then just sign up. And the rest is where we will help you with a mentor, and then where we will help you also sign up for speeches, and you can become a leader as well.
Super. So viewers, the fun element flows from top bottom. The president spoke about fun, and we have other members speak about fun. So you learn in a fun way. Do visit us at Capital Toastmasters Club Dubai. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chris, for being here and sharing your valuable insights on Toastmasters.
Very welcome. Thank you, Jaswin.
Thank you.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. We hope you found our discussion about Toastmasters both insightful and inspiring. Whether you are a seasoned Toastmaster or someone considering joining for the first time, we encourage you to take the next step on your journey towards personal and professional growth. I really thank all my guests for their time and insights today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please do follow us on all our social media handles, Capital Toastmasters, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and on Facebook. And don't forget to leave a comment on our social media pages. We would love to hear from you. Until next time, remember, every speech, every meeting, every step that you take in your Toastmasters journey brings you closer to becoming the confident, the capable leader you aspire to be. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you in the next episode.